Hi there, welcome to Two Birds. I'm Fiona and welcome back if you've practiced with me before. Today's class is a 60-minute Vinyasa flow class to renew and revitalise you. It's a nice slow, feel-good flow to move any stagnant energy and just restore a feeling of peace and balance. I hope you enjoy. Thanks for joining. Namaste. And begin your practice laying down on your back, bending your knees and taking your feet wide to the edges of your mat, and let your knees knock in toward one another. Once you arrive, just smooth and align your back body so your spine feels straight and your skin feels unpuckered through your upper back. And we'll begin here with a breathing meditation designed to instill a feeling of calm and balance through your whole being. So from here, with your arms, cross your arms over your chest and tuck all your fingers in underneath your armpits, touching your thumbs to the flesh of your chest. Now just relax and release into the shape, gently closing your eyes and letting go of any restraint throughout your whole body with an exaggerated out-breath, just slow and complete. And bringing your attention to the flow of your breath in and out through the nostrils. Feeling its precise movement. And as you observe your breath, you might notice one side nostril more dominant, more free and open, the airflow less constricted. And without adjusting or influencing your natural breath cycle, just simply observe its variance. And the left side nostril corresponds to the right hemisphere of the brain, responsible for expressive and more creative tasks, your intuition, imagination, and also reading and expressing emotions. And the right side nostril corresponds to the left hemisphere, which is more adept at tasks that involve logic and more critical thinking. So it's quite normal that our breathing cycle alternates between the nostrils every few hours, but from time to time it can get a little out of whack. And in this practice, we aim to bring our breath into equilibrium, inviting our brain and our body to find its balance. And start now by applying a small amount of pressure into your thumbs, letting them press into the flesh of your chest, and just continue to notice your breath. And typically, as you practice this really simple exercise, your breath will start to feel less one-sided, more open and free. And sometimes it takes a little longer, or it's quite a quick process. But just for the next minute or so, linger here and notice any subtle transitions that you can detect. And once you feel and experience more balance with your breath, keeping the eyes closed, just release your hands down by your side and savor your last few moments here. Calm and spacious, focused and ready to flow. And taking one more breath in and out. And go ahead, blink the eyes open. Walk the feet together, gather your knees in toward your chest. Take a little rock side to side. And keeping your head resting back there, just come back to center. One hand on each knee. And then press your knees forward so your arms straighten. And then begin to circle your knees away from one another. Just softly massaging your low back and your hips. And then circle back, opposite direction now. Starting to sync your movement with your breath. And coming back through center, keep your right knee hugging in now. Extend the left leg out straight along your mat. And take your arms out wide to a T, palms face down. And we'll bring some warmth and mobility into the hip. Taking your right knee over to your left. And then straighten your leg and draw a big circle. Rebending your knee as it comes up and back and over your body. We'll do twice more like that. And when you're ready, just circle back in the opposite direction. And as you flow, try not to clench your buttocks, just letting them mush into the mat as you move. And then just coming back to center, and we'll take half happy baby on your right now, pointing the sole of your right foot toward the ceiling, shin perpendicular with the floor, right knee toward your armpit. And just stay for 3 full cycles of breath. And from here, keep your right foot hovering, just bend your left knee, foot to the floor, and make your way into a reclined hip groin stretch. Right ankle to the top of your left knee there. And then thread your hands through, encourage your left thigh back toward you. 3 more slow, deliberate breaths. And gently release, switching sides now. Drawing your left knee in, right leg out straight along the mat. Preparing to circle your left hip, arms wide, palms down. And then left knee over to your right. Take a big circle with your leg. Re-bending as you pass through and over your chest. Flowing at your own pace here. Just noticing any asymmetries between your left and right side, switching directions, circling back. And coming back to center for half happy baby. And just really sneak your way into the stretch here so it doesn't feel harsh or too strained. And as you practice today, as you breathe and as you transition, and while you hold in the postures, just consciously experiencing the detail and nuance, just as you did with your breath at the beginning. Moving into your hip groin stretch now. Hands interlace behind the back of your right thigh. And just acknowledging that every part of our practice, just like our breath, is a flow, transitioning into the posture. Like our inhale, there's an arising. We hold in the posture, just like the natural pause at the top of our breath, and abiding. And then there's a letting go, our exhale, and that feeling of dissolving. An opportunity to observe and really experience the detail. And this is the essence of Vinyasa, placing yourself, breathing with care, mindful presence. From here, just release, go ahead and cross at your ankles. If it's comfortable for you, just take a hold of your feet, take a little rock and roll through the spine, coming up and over the legs. And we're going to make our way onto all fours now. Setting your hands up underneath your shoulders, spreading all your fingers. And we'll take our left knee to the midline of your mat. Extend your right leg out behind you. So you're flexing at the toes, hips are level. Now as you breathe in, gently look up and arch the spine. As you exhale, draw the right knee in toward your chest, round the spine. Twice more, inhale, extend. Exhale and curl in. Breathing in. Reaching back, hold here now, and then balance, extending your left arm forward. Swallow and hug your belly in, support your low back there. And either stay here last few breaths or reach back, bend your right knee and take your left hand to the right foot. Pressing your foot into the hand, standing firm and steady on your right hand there. Next breath in, release and extend again. Exhale, modified side plank. Take your right foot down, left foot behind you. Left hand down, opening up to your right. Big breath in, reach up and away with your right hand. Exhale, right arm overhead. Extend out through the side body. Breathe in. Exhale and release. Come back to tabletop. Moving with purpose. Second side. Center your right knee. Extend the left leg out behind you. Keeping an integrity in your abdominal core. Breathe in here. Exhale, knee to your nose and dome your spine. Inhale, extend away. Exhale and coil in. Breathe in and reach back, hold here. And explore a balance, right arm forward. Eye gaze down and steady. Feel into your shape, making any subtle adjustments to improve the quality of your experience. And either stay here or reach back, take a bind, half bow, right hand to your left foot. 3 more smooth cycles of breath. And if you had the bind there, inhale, release and extend. Exhale for your side plank here on your right knee, left leg straight. Right hand's your foundation, opening up to your left now. Deep breath in. Exhale, left arm overhead, hips pike forward. And exhale, release back onto all fours. And when you're ready, making your way into your version of child's pose, buttocks to your heels, arms reaching forward. And just take a moment to reside in the shape, feel your breath. And this is your rest pose. Anytime you need to do less or you need to take rest, just return here. Join back in the flow whenever you're ready. And with your buttocks sealed on your heels, creep your fingertips forward a little bit more. Then gaze forward between the hands, gliding up onto all fours. Go ahead, tuck the toes, make your way into your first downward facing dog. It's taking the next few moments to transition into the shape, noticing your experience, taking in all the sensory feedback, adjusting where you need to, perhaps spiking the heels, and then abiding, coming into a place of stillness. And really feel your breath and parts of your body where you feel spacious or perhaps a little congested or tight. Just observing 3 more deep breaths in and out here. On your in-breath, gaze forward between your hands, light bend in the knees there, and then travel to the top edge of your mat. Stepping your feet hip-width apart. When you arrive, take a halfway lift, open and extend. On your exhale, soft bend in the knees and forward fold. Rise tall to stand, breathing in. And exhale, hands to your heart center. Just pause here. 2 rounds of Surya Namaskar with a few variations. Stay with me. Breathing in, sweep your arms overhead. Right hand to your left wrist here. On your exhale, side bend to your right. Breathe in, back to center. Switch your hands. Exhale, side bend to your left. Inhale, reach up. Stay with me. Exhale, cactus your arms, lift your heart. Inhale, reach tall. And exhale, swan dive forward, soft bend in the knees as you go. Breathing in, halfway lift. Exhale, step back to your plank pose. Pause, breathe in. Exhale, first round, drop your knees, then your chest to your hands, come onto your belly. Inhale, low back bend, cobra pose. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take 3 smooth rounds of breath, settle your gaze. Breathing and looking forward. End of your exhale, bend the knees, step or hop forward, top edge of your mat. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana, your halfway lift. Exhale, Uttanasana, fold in. Inhale, rise to stand. Breathing out, hands to your heart center. Another round here. Breathing in, arms overhead. Right hand, left wrist. Exhale, side bend your right. Inhale, stand tall, reach tall. Exhale, side bend to your left. Breathing in. Exhale, open your elbows, cactus your arms, expand your chest. Inhale, arms reach up. Exhale and forward fold. Breathing in, halfway lift. Exhale, step back to your strong plank. Breathe in. Exhale, lower. Hug your elbows in there. Inhale, back bend of your choice. Upward dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. And just checking in with the feeling tone of your breath, breathing in and out of your nose. So you're really just allowing your nostrils to heat, clean, pressurize the air that goes into your lungs so you can extract more oxygen with each breath. And then practicing long, complete exhales, just making space for each new breath. Breathing in, gaze forward. Exhale, travel to the top edge of your mat. Breathing in, extending your spine. Exhale and fold in. Root to rise, come tall, stand tall. Exhale, Tadasana, mountain pose. Take a moment, feel the warmth and energy building. Sense the cadence, the pace of your breath. Next sequence will flow slow, then second round, one movement, one breath. Link your thumbs here, space your fingers, take a big arch up and back. On your exhale, sweep the hands behind your back, interlace your fingers, bend the knees and forward fold. Take an extra cycle of breath and soften. On your in-breath, coming into chair pose, motion your hips back and down, release the arms up. Stay for your exhale. Big deep breath in. Stand tall. Exhale, forward fold over the legs. Inhale, strong straight legs there, flat back. Exhale, fingertips down, step your right foot back, coming into high lunge. Take your time, find your feet. Rising up, reaching up, linger here. So just find the shape that feels steady and appropriate for you. Perhaps explore a little bend in your right knee here if you're feeling a little pinched in your low back. And if you are, scoop the front of your hip points up. So you're feeling for your pelvis to find a neutral position there. Deep breath in. Transitioning into a twist now. So right hand to your outer left knee. Left arm reaches back. Just finding your comfortable range. Your left palm open. Fingers spread. Left knee resisting into your right hand for support. And one more deep breath in. Exhale, warrior two. So we're going to land the right heel, windmill the arms, right arm back there. And then shore up your lower body, drop anchors into your feet. Firmly engage your right leg, drop your hips a little lower. And then rise and expand from the heart to your hands. Keep the legs where they are. Inhale, reverse your warrior. Exhale, easy side angle. Left forearm to your left knee, right arm up toward the ceiling. And just see if you can reduce the weight in your left arm, spreading the effort to your abdominal core, reaching a little taller through the right hand, so you're just a little bit more buoyant and easeful. Now circle your right arm, the top arm back and down, and then forward, coming into extended side angle. Taking 2 more cycles of breath. Exhale and release, hands to the floor, and either step back through a vinyasa here or straight to downward facing dog, and we'll all meet up there. Take your time, moving gracefully with your breath. Moment to settle here. And then take a deep breath in, looking forward. Bend the knees, end of your exhale, step or float to the top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale and fold. Breathe in, rise slow, reach the arms. Exhale, pause. Tadasana, hands to prayer at your heart. Second round, slow and steady now. Link your thumbs, space your fingers, take a big arch up and back. Exhale, hands behind the back, interweave the fingers, bend the knees and forward fold. Take an extra cycle of breath. Coming into chair pose, release the arms, drop the hips, reach up. And then press through the legs, stand tall. Exhale, forward fold over the legs. Halfway lift, breathe in. Fingertips down, high lunge, left foot steps back. Find your feet. Reach the arms. So you are standing right up onto the balls of the left toes. Perhaps the left heel is pointing up toward the ceiling. Your breath full and deep around your ribs, your arms and elbows straighten, fingers spread. On your out breath, we're twisting now, left hand to your right knee, right arm reaches back. Pause for a few breaths, just make space for your breath. So you're quite congested here as you twist through the belly, send your breath toward your ribs, your upper back. Relax your jaw. Warrior two. Windmill the arms. Open out. Stay for a few breaths. Eyes of the right kneecap tracking forward. Left leg engaged. Hips can sink a little deeper. If you've got the room there, keep the legs where they are. Inhale, reverse. On your exhale, easy side angle. Forearm to your knee, left arm straight up toward the ceiling. Keep breathing, extending through the right side and left side of your waist there. Keep the right arm where it is, just circle the left arm back, down, and then forward out over your ear, extended side angle. Utthita Parshva Konasana. And just notice if you can feel fuller and more supported through your low back by drawing your right buttocks in and under and just firming your abdominal core. One more smooth cycle of breath. Exhale, hands to the floor, Vinyasa or downward facing dog. Just moving in a way where you can feel your breath, the movement. Moving with less momentum, just more mindfulness. Pause here, take a moment. Spread the fingers. Engage the legs. Breathe in, gaze forward. Bend the knees. Travel to the top edge of your mat. Take a halfway lift. And forward fold. Rise tall, stand tall, two straight legs, arms overhead, spot your thumbs. Hands to the heart center. Final round here, same sequence, one movement, one breath. Just try and maintain your mindful awareness on your body, your breath as you move through space. Link the thumbs, space your fingers, big arch up and back. Exhale, shoulder stretch, bend the knees and forward fold. Release the hands, inhale, chair pose, drop the hips, weight in your heels, and then press to stand. So legs straighten and then forward fold on your out breath. Halfway lift, breathe in. Exhale, fingertips down, right foot lunging back, high lunge. And twist now, right hand to your left knee, left arm reaches back. You can take your gaze back there if you're feeling steady. And warrior two, windmill the arms, land your back heel, right heel down. Keep the legs where they are. Inhale, reverse. And exhale, side angle. Right arm straight up toward the ceiling, and then circle the right hand back, down, and overhead. Reach out, anchor your back heel. Eyes down, hands down. Stepping back through a vinyasa, high push-up. Exhale, low push-up. Upward dog or cobra. And downward facing dog. Last side now. Hopefully you're feeling a little warmer. Take a deep breath in and look forward. End of your exhale, knees bend, look forward, hop or step. Halfway lift. And forward fold, Uttanasana. Rise tall to stand, arms overhead, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, hands to the heart, Tadasana. Last side now, left side. Link the thumbs, space the fingers, big arch up and back. We're warming the shoulders up. Hands behind the back, shoulder stretch, bend the knees and fold. Chair pose on your in-breath. Press to stand. And then dive forward, firm belly, flat back. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana, halfway lift. Exhale, fingertips down, left foot lunging back, high lunge. Breathe in, stand tall. Exhale and twist, left hand, right knee. Right arm reaches back. And then transition as smooth as you can, warrior two. Let the hips sink, stay for your exhale. Reverse your warrior, breathe in. Easy side angle, breathe out. And extended side angle, circle your left arm. Left fingertips reach forward. And then eyes down, hands down. Either downward dog or a vinyasa. Just take a moment to pause there in your downward facing dog. Calm the rhythm of your breath and settle your gaze. And place a little bend in your knees here and go ahead, walk your hands to your feet to set up for a little rest. Your choice here at the back of your mat, feet hip width apart for an easy forward fold. Or if your knees will permit you, take a yogi squat. Perhaps feet a little wider there and just sitting down on the back of your calves, hands to your heart center. Just taking 5 smooth cycles of breath. You can relax your jaw and your mouth, your expression. And then wherever you're at, we're going to make our way into a standing balance at the back of our mats. So when you're ready, just gently rolling up to come to stand. And we're going to come into a dancer's pose, or it could be any asymmetrical balance you'd like to practice here. So if it doesn't suit you, you might like to do a tree pose here, or a standing hip groin stretch. And just so you know, we'll do both sides. So if you're following me, I'm going to transfer your weight into all 4 corners of your right foot. Really lift and spread your right toes, placing them wide, creating a good base. And then hug your left knee in toward your chest. Light engagement through your right buttock, so it's drawing in toward the midline. And now swim your left knee down toward the floor and take your left hand to the big toe side of your left foot. Reach your right arm up toward the ceiling, and you can either stay here, rolling the left side of your pelvis and ribs forward and directing your lower front ribs forward, or begin to tip forward. Same time, kick your left foot into your hand. So you're trying to extend your sternum forward away from your navel to maintain a lift to your chest. Here for 2 more breaths. And exhale, release. Feet to the floor, take a moment, shake out the legs, and reset for the second side. Left foot's your foundation now, hugging your right knee in toward your chest, and just find your even balance. And then drop your left knee down and in line with your right leg. And just try and avoid the weight falling to the outer left foot, and realign, drawing your left outer hip in, weight toward the big toe mound, left arm extends up. Either stay here or just start to press your right thigh back and up, leading with your inner thigh, so your inner thigh remains neutral. Reaching your left arm forward and up. You're trying to lead with your inner upper arm, engaging your outer upper arm, so the shoulder is in external rotation. Pin your right knee into the midline to keep your leg neutral, and press your foot into your hand, open through the front of your shoulder. 2 more breaths. And release. 2 feet down, shake it out. Such a great pose for balance, focus, your postural awareness, and it's a great energy booster as well. From here, we're just going to take a big breath in, sweep the arms overhead. Exhale and forward fold. Inhale, looking forward toward the top of your mat, and just walk your hands forward, returning to downward facing dog. And then from here, center your left foot, take your right leg up and back. We're here for a few breaths. On your exhale, bend your right knee and open your hip. Just pausing and keeping the eyes of your armpits looking down toward the floor, shoulders level. Inhale, square and straighten your right leg. Exhale, step your right foot to your hands for low lunge. When you're ready, when you're steady, sweep your arms overhead. And just stay and linger. These postures are so good for opening the front of the hips, and so often that area, the hip flexors, gets short and contracted by sitting a lot. Touch your palms from here and just lower your hands down to your heart center. We're preparing for a twist. So take a deep breath in. Exhale, left elbow to your outer right knee or thigh, or just modify here. For an open twist, your left hand can come to the floor, right hand to the sky. 3 full cycles of breath. And feel free to raise your left knee if it gives you more space. And if you're in that reverse shape, tracking your thumbs toward the center of your chest. Breathing in. Exhale and release, hands to the floor, transitioning into pyramid pose, shortening your stance. So you've got about 3 foot between the feet, and your feet are about hip width apart. Breathe in, flat back, make space. Exhale and fold out over the midline of your right leg. Hands can rest on your right leg or fingertips to the floor. Just linger here. Find a shape that allows you to extend comfortably into the back seam of your right leg without cramping or contracting the front of your spine. Just creating that feeling that your collarbones can still smile open. more smooth breath in. On your exhale, plant the hands, bend the front knees, stepping quietly back, downward facing dog. And second side now, center your right foot. With your breath, raise your left leg up and back. Bend your knee and gently open through the front of your left thigh, pushing the mat down and away with your hands. Breathing in, square your hips. On your exhale, left foot steps up for low lunge, right knee to the floor. Arms rise with your in-breath. Stay for your out-breath. And a few extra breaths. And pressing your palms now. Exhale, hands to your heart, preparing to twist. And just making your way there now in your own time, adding on or easing off. Just listening to the feedback from your breath and your body. And just keep hugging your shins toward the midline, and this will help just to line up the tissue of your hamstrings. And it'll help widen your thighs, your hips, your pelvis, just giving you more space to twist. Deep breath in. Exhale, release. Hands to the floor, lifting your back knee and setting up for pyramid pose now. On your inhale, lifting up halfway. Exhale and fold in over the midline of your front leg, letting your torso shadow the left leg. Lightly drawing the left hip crease back, right thigh forward, balancing out across your sacrum. Try and keep that right leg really sturdy and strong for balance and support. Breathing in, halfway lift. And now on your exhale, we're going to slide the right knee up to the pinky toe side of your left foot and come to sit. We're going to make our way into cow face pose. So placing your left thigh over the top of your right, and then take both soles of the feet and face them toward the back of your mat. To modify here, if your knees are uncomfortable, just extend and straighten your right leg. And then nestle your sit bones down so they feel even. Once you've found your shape, reach your arms up overhead, bending your right elbow, directing your right hand down in between your shoulder blades behind you. Left hand to your right elbow. And you can stay here if you have tight shoulders like me, or swing your left hand back behind you and take a bind. So wherever you're at, just try and avoid your head dropping forward. So you're sending the back of your skull back in space into the forearm of your right arm. Relaxing down into the hips, nice outer hip stretch here. Lifting tall through the spine. And one more deep breath in. And exhale, release the hands, keep the legs where they are, release for a side stretch. So take your right hand down in line with your right hip, slide it away, left arm up and over to your right. And as you reach away, try and keep the left buttocks anchored. Breathe into the left side waist, ribs, and then returning to center. Opposite side now. Just to transition, extend both legs out straight. Now take your right leg over your left, point the sole of your foot behind you, and either stay here or draw your left heel in toward your right buttocks. And just shuffle around, perhaps lifting up a little ways to nestle the legs together so the knees stack. Reach the arms. Left elbow bends now. Right hand to the top of your left elbow. Or explore a bind. Right hand behind you, and your fingers greet each other in the middle of your back. And both options are fine. And if you are a little bit more open, you might like to try and move your hands away from your back a little bit further in this bind. Try not to grip in your hips. If you can just relax through the front of your hip creases. Anchor into your buttocks. And one more deep breath in. And exhale, release for your lateral stretch. Legs stay where they are. Left hand down to your left, right arm up and over. And just stay for a few breaths, noticing all the nuances, sensations, the movement of your breath. On your inhale, returning upright, release, unravel your legs, and we'll make our way onto our backs. For our closing sequence, if you'd like to grab any extra layers or props here, just gathering them now before you recline. And we're going to set up for our flowing bridge pose, nice way to release through our neck and shoulders. Just bending the knees, taking your arms alongside your body, feet to the floor, hip width apart. And heels are quite close to your sit bones there, feet parallel. As you breathe in, raise just your right arm overhead, lift your hips and turn your gaze to the left. And then on your exhale, eyes to the ceiling, lower your arm and your buttocks. Breathing in, left arm overhead now, gently turning on the back of your head, look right, hips lift. And exhale, lower down. Both arms now, breathing in, pike your hips up, arms overhead. Exhale, lower slow, hands and buttocks to the floor. And just gather the knees in toward your chest, give yourself a little rock side to side. And then taking your feet to the floor, and we'll set up for a quad release, front of the hips. So just picking up your left foot about an inch from the floor and thread it under your right leg toward your right buttocks. And if it's available to you, you can catch your right hand to your left foot. And just over the next few breaths, allowing your left knee to relax and release toward the floor there. Shoulders, and the back of the skull can relax down. And if it's difficult to make contact with your foot, just trying to move it in that direction with the same intention. Trying to release the top of your left thigh. And then release, we'll just switch sides. And right foot toward your left buttocks. Left hand can catch your right foot if it's available. Just notice if you can relax your breathing a little bit more. And then release. Taking both knees in toward your chest once more now. Squeeze into a little ball. You might like to raise your head, your shoulders, curl in. And then limb by limb, relax and spread into your rest pose, Shavasana. And taking these last few minutes of your practice to rest and restore yourself. Letting go of any outside thoughts now. There's just no other place you need to be, just allowing yourself now to be in the moment, inside your body and your breath. And closing down your eyes. Wriggling out any restlessness. Moving yourself towards stillness. You can allow your sensory awareness to lightly wander and just tune in to the sounds you can hear outside your building. And now the more obvious sounds that surround you in your room. Letting your awareness float in toward your body. Feel now the soft touch of the air on your skin, the edge of your body. And sense the movement your body makes as you breathe. Feel its wave and rhythm. Every exhale inviting yourself to relax. And letting your brain rest into the back of your skull. Your eyes soften and blur behind your eyelids. Your jaw slack, your mouth relaxed. And feel now your inner shoulders dissolving any holding. Your arms heavy. Your palms warm. And let this gentle feeling travel down your body. Your hips relaxing, letting go of any restraint. Your leg muscles melting over the bones. Your heels heavy. And then zoom your awareness in to the space just below your nostrils. And just feel the temperature of each breath you take. Your body breathing you. resting now and letting go. And just slowly start to drift your awareness back, feeling the peaceful state of your body. And just gently start to wake it up, wriggling your toes, your fingers. Breathe a deep breath into your whole body. Bending your knees and just taking your feet to the floor. Softly rolling out to your right side. Let the eyes blink open. And when you're ready, dragging yourself all the way back up to sit. And thank you so much for joining me on your mat today. I hope you're feeling a nice calm energy and vibrancy from your practice. Namaste.